Hello, I am Alexis Meza, and this is Journalism 101, a week in review. In today's program, we will be taking a look back at the most interesting and important news of the week. From interesting happenings in the Lexington area to knowing what is going on the other side of the country. Take a seat and get comfortable. This is a week in review. First off, local artists will soon have a place to display their artwork in downtown Lexington. That is right. The soon-to-be inaugurated restaurant, Limestone Blue, will be the new home for Lexington artists to showcase their talent. The artists can display their artwork up to 1 month and at the same time use the space to host art shows and sell their art. The profits that are made from the artwork will go directly to the artists. We just want to give back to the community by helping local artists, said Elizabeth Rush, one of the co-owners of the restaurant. Limestone Blue is going to be a place where people can go get their food cravings satisfied and at the same time get the art gallery experience in one place. The owners have not yet set an opening date, but is projected to be ready by November or December of this year. If you suspected that college admissions officers' decisions were based on what a Google search may turn up, a Kaplan test survey recently released the results of students should be aware about. The survey, which polled 350 college admissions officers from the 500 top colleges and universities of the United States, gave results that what students are posting on their social websites can lead to a negative view when applying to these schools. The percentage of admissions officers that did a Google and Facebook search increased from last year to 27%. On the other hand, the number of searches that turned up something that the officers did not like or found not suitable went from 12% to 35%. Some of the offenses, according to the officers, that made them have a negative image of the applicant were plagiarism, vulgar blog posts, photos of the applicant engaging in underage drinking, and other activities that they thought of being illegal activities. It is no longer just the essays and the letters of recommendation that get you into that college or university. The students are now being judged on what they do online. Jeff Olson, vice president of the Kaplan Test Prep Data Science, said, "In the face of all these trends, the rise in discovery of digital dirty laundry is inevitable." In other news, a teen blogger is attacked by the Taliban militants, stirring the conscience of Pakistan, a nation that for decades has been under violent extremism. Taliban militants stopped a van carrying 3 girls, one of them 14-year-old Malala Yousafzai, who were on their way home from school in northwestern Pakistan's Swat Valley. When one of the gunmen asked which one was Malala, the girls pointed her out and opened fire, shooting the 3 girls. For 2 of the girls, the injuries were not life-threatening, but for Malala, it was a touch and go for a while. She was recuperating on Wednesday after a 3-hour surgery to remove the bullet lodged in her neck. If she survives this time, she won't next time, a spokesman for the Pakistani Taliban said. "We will certainly kill her." Why did this happen? In 2011, Malala did an interview with CNN. "I have the right to play, I have the right to sing, I have the right to talk, I have the right to go to the market, I have the right to speak up." During this interview, Malala encouraged other young people to take a stand against the Taliban and not to hide in their bedrooms. She became an icon of courage and hope. Pakistanis around the country and the world are hurt and angry and protest, saying that what happened to Malala is an example of a government unable to cope with militants. She is still undergoing recuperation, but the people of Pakistan are on the street and sharing their anger and hunger for peace through social media. They want justice for Malala. U.S. vice presidential candidates Joe Biden and Paul Ryan clashed many times during their only debate, tightening the polls ahead of the coming November election. Mr. Biden from the Democratic Party was aggressive and frequently interrupting his rivals as he defended President Barack Obama. On the other hand, Paul Ryan, a Republican Wisconsin congressman, was calm about his first debate. After President Obama's poor debate with Governor Mitt Romney on the previous week, Joe Biden had to bring it up a notch to try to rejuvenate their campaign. Biden had an attitude by chuckling, rolling his eyes, and raising his hands, and constantly interrupting Paul Ryan during the debate. The vice presidential debate took place in Center College in Kentucky. With the election less than 4 weeks away, the rivals were tasked with keeping their prospective campaigns competitive, as the new polls suggest that Governor Romney had decreased or erased the lead in several key swing states that belong to President Obama. The 2 candidates are tied in Florida and Virginia, while President Obama has the lead in Ohio, but only by a slimmer margin. Lastly, Lexington's Urban City Council agreed on Thursday to delay voting on a proposed regulation that would require an organization that wants to open a homeless shelter in the city must get a permit from the Board of Adjustment. Council member Steve Kay said that the commission asked that the regulation not be voted on until after the commission makes its report in mid-January. This new regulation would create a new definition for an adult daycare center, and a permit must be required if the facility is going to be located closer than 500 feet from a residential area. The neighbors would be given a notification, and a public hearing must be given before the Board of Adjustment. It would also apply for other kinds of centers, like those for seniors or the mentally disabled. Mayor Gray said in May that he would appoint a commission on homelessness so they could examine the issues surrounding Lexington's homeless population and propose changes. The decision on this regulation will have to wait until further notice. So there you have it, from local eatery opening their doors to local artists, to seeing how the Taliban militant treat the Pakistani blogger for peace and justice. The news that made the headlines this week were interesting and overall important to keep updated. Thank you for watching, and I hope you will join us next week. I'm Alexis Meza, and you've been watching Journalism 101, a week in review. Have a great day.